that is not cheap. That's still expensive. $3.69 it went down to, but that's still very expensive for some freaking gas. It's called Matt's Matters because it matters. You heard? Well, hear it right here every week on Matt's Matters. Everybody, we are back on this Tuesday, July 21st, and it is another episode of Matt's Matters. You know, we've been away for a while again. Our last episode was, I don't even know, man, when our last episode was, like a few weeks ago, maybe. Let's see when our last episode was. It's been a while, but we are back, and yeah, we just got a lot of things to cover today. So we're gonna get into it. Yeah, our last episode was 3 weeks ago. Jeez, 3 weeks ago. And I mean, I did post a little short film about 5 days ago. So man, we just been slacking. Like, what are we doing here? But yeah, my last episode was right here. That was me right there. But yeah, we just been doing a lot of like different short videos and stuff like that recently. You know, Matt's Matters is fun and all, but sometimes I enjoy doing more short videos than like episodes like this. But that being said, we gotta get back into it. You know, we got a lot of things to discuss. So, where do we start? Well, first of all, guys, my iPhone 11, the green one, it broke. It's cooked, half the screen. I was running and I was going and putting my phone in my pocket, slipped out probably a foot off the ground, and it barely fell. So I picked it up. It wasn't even cracked or nothing, and then I was halfway through my run, and it was just half the screen was just totally done. But I mean, I dropped it a while ago and I got it fixed, but the screen was very glitchy. I tried touching it and then it would just start doing stuff on its own like magic. So
hey yo,
it has been glitchy, but I was holding on to it for a while, you know, trying to make it last, because you know phones are expensive. So yeah, this one, rest in peace. And I was like, what should I do with this one? He's like, I don't know, you can just keep it. I was like, alright, I'll just keep it. And I mean, I just turned off the SIM cards out of it, so it's literally nothing. So then I had to get a new phone. I was like, just give me the cheapest one. So I got this pink one. It doesn't even look pink, but I was like, I'm not getting because it's oh, we have white or black or whatever. I was like, no, I need color. This is the greatest phone color ever created. Greatest phone color ever created. And I'll stand on that. But yeah, this phone is done, so we're just gonna, yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that, because that'd be disrespectful. But yeah, so I had to get a new phone, which was, it was a $90 total trip, I guess, because I was a screen protector, then got a case and stuff. So yeah, we're just whatever, man. Phones are expensive, and they're only gonna get more expensive because the phones because the chips cannot keep up with the AI stuff that we're all using on our phones. So yeah, it's great. Everything's just getting expensive, and all those people who lied to you and said that, oh, gas is going down, gas is getting cheaper. It's not getting cheaper. It didn't even get cheaper. It was for a while it was $3.90s, $3.80s, $4, depending where you live. But then it went down to $3.60, $3.80, and that is not cheap. That's still expensive. $3.69 it went down to, but that's still very expensive for some freaking gas. And so now it's going back up again, because the ceasefire that was totally legit is over. So it's going back up again, and yeah, it just sucks, man. It's just so expensive to get gas. Let's see here. I mean, why it just keeps going up? It never went down. If it's over $3, almost $4, that is too expensive. I mean, so we got gas going back up. I mean, then the stock market's just getting carried by, you know, companies that make computer chips, and artificial intelligence is just really helping the stock market, seems like. So yeah, keep investing in these AI chips and data centers, and then when all of our power and electricity goes out, just be excited about that, you know, because who needs water and electricity? I mean, I don't think we do. Oh, but then when we get these extreme heat waves, and you want to use your AC, and the power goes out because everyone's running their AC, and then the AI data centers are going to use all this electricity, then your house is going to be hot, and that's how people can overheat. So yeah, oil prices are rising again, and yeah, so here we go. So, oil prices going back up. Oil prices are topping $90 a gallon. So I think at one point it was like $100 a while ago, but you know, whatever. So yeah, we got oil prices going up, gas going up. You know, it's like, what is it? It used to cost me. So I have like a little older car from 2005, and I think it used to cost me like maybe $20-$30 at most to fill it up. But now it's like dang near $40 to get some freaking gas. Like, it's just so freaking expensive. And so people are using some different methods of going to work, like taking public transit or taking like electric bike or electric scooter. But yeah, these electric bikes are insane. Like, some of the kids in my neighborhood be riding them, and they just be freaking zooming. Like, Jesus, like, you need a license. Those things go fast. So yeah, you gotta be careful if you're the kids out there, man, getting on these electric bikes, because they be fast, and I don't trust some of these kids that be riding them. But yeah, so gas prices are obviously going up, but not everybody has access to reliable public transit unless you live in like a major city or something, you know. So, you know, whatever. What are we supposed to do? Walk everywhere, like The Long Walk? You know, that Stephen King book / movie that they made. Like, just walk forever until you can't. Then also, there's just a lot we're gonna cover today, guys. So, also what's been going on is the wildfires that we have been having and making the air quality horrible, and the sky has been orange a few days ago, and it's just been like a lot. I'll put a picture in of the sky. The sky at first, it looked really cloudy, and about like maybe 2 or 3 hours later, the sky was literally orange. Like, and one of the days I actually like noticed it because I was out at work outside, and when I got off and came home, I was like, gosh, my throat is like freaking hurting. Like, my chest was hurting, and it was like, I mean, it wasn't like hurting, but just felt discomfort because of the smoky air. So these Canadian, it's very sad that this is what happened. So you're gonna see, like, this is, here it comes, and it's just working its way down. Like, this is from, you know, it's just crazy. All these wildfires, man, just like making the air quality bad. People with asthma and stuff cannot go outside, and it's just, it's sad that this has become a regularly occurring thing, that we just have to deal with these wildfires. But it's kind of sad because, so they can't let them burn, but they have to put the fires out. So like the chemicals that they use to put the fire out, it makes the ground super dry. That's why they keep happening. But obviously you can't like let them burn. So many years ago in school, we watched this video about wildfires and how, like, why they're actually like necessary, and that they promote like new regrowth in the forest and everything like that. But you know, obviously you can't let a whole neighborhood burn down. So I think this is actually the video that we watched. So let's see here.
There was a time before our ancestors smashed flint and steel together, when they felt the cold lack of fire in their lives. But anthropologists theorize that early hominids relied on lightning to cause forest fires, from which they could collect coals and burning sticks. Fire gave them the ability to cook food and clear land, and became central in many rituals and traditions. So instead of seeing forest fires as an exclusively bad thing, ancient humans may have learned to appreciate them. Yet it wasn't just humans who benefited from these natural phenomena. Even as they destroyed trees, fires also helped the forest themselves, however counterintuitive that seems. In fact, several forest species, such as select conifers, need fire to survive. But how can fire possibly create life, in addition to destroying it? The answer lies in the way that certain forests grow. In the conifer-rich forests of Western North America, lodgepole pines constantly seek the sun. Their seeds prefer to grow on open, sunny ground, which pits saplings against each other as each tries to get more light by growing straighter and faster than its neighbors. Over time, generations of slender, lofty lodge...
You get the idea, you know. Life destroys life, life creates life, like the whole thing. So yeah, those are still burning, and it's just very sad, honestly, that these fires are just becoming a naturally occurring thing. Like, so one of the videos I saw literally looked insane, and like it just looks like the end of the world, honestly. So
wildfires in Canada is stretching across large parts of the U.S. As Michelle Franzen reports, more than 100 million Americans are now under air quality alerts.
Video showing Canadian wildfire smoke.
I mean, look at this. Look at the sky. It literally looks like that you're on Mars. Because I remember a few years ago, New York had really bad wildfires. I came out of the train, and I was just looking up, and I was like, geez, it looks like I'm in an episode of Star Trek or something.
Into major cities from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast. And today, more than 100 million Americans are under air quality alerts as smoke from more than 900 wildfires burning across Canada blink.
See, look at this. So many millions of acres have gotten destroyed by these fires, and it's just tough to control them and put them out. Like, anything can start them. Literally, a lightning strike, a match, like a cigarette butt, like anything.
Some U.S. cities.
It's just gotten so bad.
In Washington, the monuments are
Jeez.
barely visible, some masking up on the National Mall.
It's affecting everybody's physical activity, no doubt.
In New York, the Statue of Liberty almost disappearing. In Cleveland, the Guardians postponing Friday night's game against the Pirates due to air quality concerns.
You do notice it when you're out here, though. You can smell it.
And now growing concerns about Sunday's World Cup final in New Jersey.
Which had nothing to, which was not affected because it was cleared out by then because of the wind.
Stadium has been shrouded in smoke for days. Sources tell ABC News FIFA is closely monitoring the air quality forecast ahead of kickoff. In Canada, many of the largest fires are burning in Ontario. Premier Doug Ford is asking the U.S. to send more help.
We're throwing every single resource we have.
Ford addressing criticism from some U.S. Republican lawmakers who have accused Canada of failing to do enough to prevent wildfire smoke from drifting into the U.S. They have gone as far as suggesting sanctions on Canada for mismanagement. Michelle.
What? Yeah, you let the smoke blow towards us. So, and then actually, did you see that Trump put a 50% tariff on a lot of Canadian goods? Like, oh yeah, sorry, you let the smoke blow towards us, and it's affecting us. Like, you think they want there to be wildfires? Like, you just like that's just so stupid. Sorry, but yeah. So here we go. The freaking tariffs are back. And what happened? Remember that? Like, oh, because of the money we're making from tariffs, everyone making under a certain amount of money is gonna get like a $300 stimulus check. Like, whatever happened to that? Like, oh, are you guys excited to get your money? What money? Is it gonna blow in the wind? Like, what? Where's the money? But yeah, so Trump, 50% tariff on Canada is a warning to the rest of the world. Blah, blah, blah. On Monday, President Donald Trump announced a 50% tariff on Canadian importers, making one of the steepest duties to take effect since the Supreme Court struck down his most sweeping tariffs earlier this year. The administration framed the move as a response to what it says is Canada's long-standing trade barriers, but the decision sends a message to every other U.S. trading partner you could be next. Like, I will never understand the tariffs. Like, Trump is relying on a 1930 trade law that gives the president the power to impose tariffs of up to 50% when another country discriminates against American goods. But since the law has never been used to impose tariffs, the move could face a legal change. So we'll see what happens with this in the next coming days if it actually stands up. But I don't understand tariffs. Like, we all have things that other countries don't, and other countries have things that we don't. So, like, and some of those things are necessities. So why can't we just, bring back the Free Trade Act and just help each other out? The world is meant to help each other out. Then we had that freaking propaganda World Cup halftime show that was like, oh, love the world, like, we love the world, and yet you got freaking the U.S. just bombing Iran and just making it difficult for us to live. Like, look at this. Like, then you got freaking all these Hispanic countries, and then we had the whole incident with the ICE agents, like, freaking just doing all these illegal things, and like, oh, but love, look at this, we love the world. It's burning to the ground as we speak, but we really love the world. Well, then start acting like it. Jeez, man, I'm just angry. See, sometimes I do these episodes and I get too fired up. But you're preaching love, and you're preaching stuff that you don't actually practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, practice what you preach, man. There's so much stuff going on in the world, and like, yes, the halftime show was very, appealing to the eyes, but the meaning behind it went right over my head, because all these, they're talking about love, and there's a lot of hate in the world right now, and it's mostly coming from the people in power. So you know, and the stock market has gone up because of like the AI investment in AI data centers. But those things are literally gonna increase the killing of the planet. You know, like just taking all our electricity, making our lives hard. Nobody wants to make our lives easier. That's what it seems like at this point. Like, oh, AI makes our life easier. Does it really? Does it make our lives easier? Like, yes, there's some good aspects of it. I mean, you know, you guys have heard me talk about this a lot. But at the end of the day, the risk is not worth the reward of like these massive data centers. So, moving off of this, so what else has been happening this week? So, and then Trump was at the World Cup and he didn't even get off the freaking stage when Spain was trying to take their picture. And Spain, Argentina, like, yay, what a matchup! Like, a lot of people were hating on that matchup. But the game, I thought the game was, I mean, people say it was not entertaining, but, like, I was watching it, and I thought it was pretty entertaining, you know. Soccer is a different sport. I don't really watch soccer that much, so it was a little different, but, I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, I always like watching it in Telemundo because the announcer's just very passionate, and, yeah, I just enjoyed it. There were some great games. I wish, like, you know, one of the smaller countries would have made it, not the regulars, but it is what it is. But, yeah, so Trump... he literally did not get off the stage for the picture, so he was trying to get off, and they're like, nah, bro. Like, the FIFA president literally tried to get him off the stage.
From Spain, and now Spain is in America holding the world's most coveted trophy while Trump stands next to them like Forrest Gump during the history montage. You're not on the team, dude. We did it, guys, all of us together. Remember when I made that beautiful pass to Torres for the winning goal? Want to hear something crazy? When I was a baby, Messi gave me a bath. Now, as you might have guessed, Trump was not supposed to be standing there. In fact, the head of FIFA ran over and tried to get him off the stage before the celebration. The head of the most corrupt organization on earth was like, this is a bad look. But Trump insisted on standing there either because he wanted the attention or he forgot where he was because he's 80 and his brain is smoother than a soccer ball. Now, you might be saying, surely a team of...
Yeah, I think that he just didn't know where he was. He just, like, I don't know where I am right now. I mean, this is... And then... Oh, my God, bro. And then Chuck Schumer, whatever his freaking name is, he's freaking old. And he allegedly farted during his freaking speech he was giving. But I like listening to the video, and I was like, I mean, you can't really hear it. Like, you can kind of hear it, but, like, not really. Like, I listened to it, but I couldn't hear it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can hear it. So, this is from the Breakfast Club. I've been getting into the Breakfast Club more. I mean, I always would see, like, clips of the show, but I never watched full episodes. And I've been starting to listen to it at work.
Grievances over Trump's Iran war, and then out of the blue, something happened that was out of his control. Chuck Schumer decided to air out the Senate floor with a fart. Yes, ass gas. Get my farts ready, Red. Give me some farts ready. There you go, okay? Ass, gas, booty, tootie, and biscuits. Let's go to Will Kane Country Podcast for the report, please.
This is going to be Chuck Schumer reportedly farting on the floor of the Senate.
We need a complete investigation that's independent. Now on Iran and the NDAA. When all the Trump administration...
The first two things that give it credibility for me. That's a genuine sound.
I didn't see that was my first time seeing the video. When he freaking lifts his feet up and he's here. Like, yeah, bro. So, okay, so for jury duty, once you reach the age of, in some states it's 75, in some states it's 70 or older, you can, like, opt out of jury duty. Because, like, you know, they don't want older people in the jury. Which I don't know if that's the reason, but, you know, whatever. But why is it that we have so many old people still in positions of power running the country? But, like, they say the retirement age is, what, like, 62, I think? Retirement age is 65. So 65 is considered to be the age where you can retire and just live the rest of your life peacefully. But now we have these old freaking people in Congress. Let's see, what is the average age of people in Congress? So the average age members in the U.S. Congress is 58 across the two chambers. Senate, the House of Representatives, 57-year-olds. The Senate is 63 to 65-years old, which there's a lot of older people in there, but here we go. We can see the seats of the ages. So we got some people that are, there's not really many people that are age 90, but we got a few young people. Then we got mostly 50 to 59-year-olds. And then we got this purple, which is 80 to 89-year-olds, bro. Just retire. Please retire. We don't want you anymore. You're old. You don't know what you're just head spinning. What? Where am I, Sonny? I just want to pass this bill. But like, like, please retire, man. Let the younger people are want to take over. That's why in New York, which people are hating on, like, oh, the socialists are taking over. Communism has never worked. Blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. Like, what is Mondami doing so bad that is making people just absolutely hate on him? I mean, we know all the reasons why people hate on him, but if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, what is wrong with trying to have free healthcare, free education, and free buses? Like, what is wrong with that? I mean, the minimum wage thing, $30 an hour. Obviously, I know how that can affect some small businesses because they just, can't afford to pay someone $30 an hour because they're a small business. But, like, the larger companies can definitely afford it. And people who don't even live in New York complain about it. Like, it has nothing to do with you, bro. Like, just, God, man, these people, bro. I hate the people that are just so, like, strong-minded that, like, if you try to educate them on something, they're like, they just think that they're always right. Like, they're never wrong. They can only be right. And that's a lot of people who are, Trumpers or whatever you want to call them, MAGA, whatever. Like, those people are just so delusional. But, so, enough of that. And so, yeah, what else has been happening? There's been that very sad case of that young man, Nolan Wells, who, that is a very weird story. Like, I don't know, I was doing some research on, so apparently him and his friends, I don't know if you want to call them his friends, went on, like, a boat to an island over the 4th of July, and then he just didn't come back with them. Like, he wasn't with them. So they claim that, like, at first they're like, oh, his funeral was actually yesterday. But they're like, his friends claim, like, oh, we don't have his phone. We don't know where his phone or keys is. Like, why would you, especially a teenager, like, he's not just going to leave his phone, And then they said his Snapchat, like, there was no videos and stuff like that. Like, his mom came out and said, oh, like, usually people that age, if they go on, like, a boat trip like that, they're taking videos, taking pictures, but his Snapchat was just nothing, so they believe that his phone was tampered with, and they came back, and the kids were like, oh, we don't know where he is. Like, he just wanted to stay on an island by himself. But it's so, the truth will come out, the truth always comes out. They have Ben Crump, who is his legal team, a famous lawyer, and the truth will always come out. So, like, it's these 3 kids who need to be getting questioned. Like, they are the ones that should be getting questioned. But this is, like, a very weird story. Like, there's a lot of unknown things, and it's crazy. So, let's get into this. As Nolan Wells' family terribly said goodbye to the beloved teen at his funeral on Monday, they did it without knowing why. His young life was cut so tragically short. It has been 16 days since Wells, who was only 18-year-old, and his friends went on a 4th of July boat trip to Horn Island, a popular destination for holiday trips of the Mississippi coast with no shelters, no facilities, and no communications. His friends made it back home. Wells, a student and wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, did not. His body was found 2 days later on July 6th, face down in the water off the shoreline of Horn Island by a National Park Service agent. Well, his loved ones mourn. Some of Wells' friends who were on the trip have received death threats. Photos from excursion shows Wells hanging out with seem to be all white friends, leading to some to evoke harsh feelings about Mississippi's fraught racial history and speculate about whether race played a role in his death. Others say the current near Horn Island can be notoriously rough, with the local coroner saying his office has received numerous drowning victims from Mississippi's barrier island in recent years. Here's what we know and what we don't know about the cause that has spurred national attention. What cause of death? 2 current autopsy investigations are underway to determine Wells' cause and manner of death. The Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office is conducting the official autopsy investigation. Jackson County Coroner Bruce Lynn said there was no imminent obvious signs of foul play or trauma on Wells' body, Lynn told CNN, but due to the uncertain circumstances, we asked for an autopsy at the State Medical Examiner's Office so they could do that full autopsy and be able to tell whether there were any foul play or plumbing, he said. I mean, it's just a very weird story. Like, obviously, I think that the boys know more, so, like, let's see. So, Transton Shepard, who was on the trip, described Wells as one of his best friends. He told ABC's Good Morning America he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon on July 4th, but Wells stayed behind with the girl he had met. Which is just, they met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. He really did like her, but there's only one time they ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th. Shepard said he'd spoken to investigators, and Wells' friends from that trip have been cooperating with authorities. But Javion Williams, another friend who saw Wells on 4th, said it's not like Wells is separate from his group he came with. I don't think Nolan would say, bro, I'm staying with this girl on the island. You'll go ahead and go back. I never known. Nolan to stay back, watch his friend leave. He's always been a guy where if he rode with you, he's going to come back with you, Williams said. So there's a lot of unknown in this case. Like, we'll see. I mean, the truth always comes out. I mean, I think, if there's no foul play, then, like, why don't we know what happened to him after he on the island? Like, we really don't know the truth. Like, a lot of people have been saying in videos of stuff that they've seen, but there's a lot of unknown things about this case. So we'll see what happens in, like, the next week. And obviously these things take time because, like, Ben Crump said, they're getting so many things sent into them, like videos, phone calls, like audio, things like that. So it's going to take some time to really see what happened here. But yeah, that's just sad. It's just, I don't know, it's just something, the truth will come out. So, you just got to keep the faith that, and hopefully his family can get, like, the answers that they deserve. So hopefully justice will prevail. But usually in cases like this, it is not because of the whole race thing. So we'll see. But yeah, so a lot covered today. A lot has been happening. So this was a long one. A lot of different topics covered. And yes, I'm going on vacation next week, finally. Thankfully, I've been waiting for this vacation for like 2 months now. So pretty much the whole summer I've been waiting for this vacation. So yeah, I'm very excited. And yeah, we got some other short video content that we're going to be doing soon. Different short films and things like that. So stay tuned for that. And this has been another edition of Matt's Matters. I'm your host, Matt Benson. And we'll catch y'all next time. Peace. Know your rights. Stay protected. Be safe out here. And yeah, stay blessed. Peace.